Everybody, welcome to Airlock After Dark 7, or is it 6, or is it 6 or 7? I can't remember. Anyway, super excited for this one. I'm going to introduce our guest in 2 seconds, but I'm also just going to let you know, like, the mats are going to be packed tonight, so that's a great problem to have. Make space for everybody. Also, we have the new Airlock After Dark rashies are in. Just going to give those a quick plug. Oh, I got to come closer for the stream. There you go. I need someone else to model these. I don't want you to look here. We're super excited about that. And once again, as always, our sponsor, Old Greg Brewing, has the keg. I think we're going to tip that keg tonight, and Kirby's in California, so there's some backup beer there, but they don't get mentioned on the live stream because they're not a sponsor. But there's some backup beer right next to it, you'll notice. So we will not go dry tonight. Element is completely full for the under 21s. All right, that's all my announcements. We are super excited about this one. We've been waiting to get her in here. Can't believe we pulled it off. Is she on camera right now? Just checking. All right. Yeah. Get in the light. All right. We got Destiney Word here from 10th Planet Austin. Super excited to have her. Destiney, take it away. It's all you.
Guys, thank y'all so much for having me here. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all enjoy what I have planned for y'all today. We're going to take it into 3 little basic sections so that we can kind of build a little bit. The first section, we're going to talk about a little bit of positional control, switching between our side control and judo side. If you've ever taken classes with me before, you know I absolutely love judo side, okay? It's a great position. There's a lot of submissions from there, and it's also a really good control point. Miss Rebecca, can I use you, please? And then let's kind of have your head facing this diagonal. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start today in our side control, and we're going to work just the transition back and forth, and then we're going to build on it, okay? So start in your good side control position. It's going to depend. Right here, you see how she's already framing? She's a brown belt. She knows she wants that, okay? So I need to collect the elbow if we're going to do that. For my beginners, if y'all are starting and this arm is not framing and it's just positioned here, it's totally fine, and I actually want to speak to one detail on that, okay? So when I go to my judo side, I'm going to sprawl out, but look at my hip and see how I push it into that armpit. I get a good lean. Her arm is trapped now between my arm and my hip. Can you get that arm out, Rebecca? No, it's mine. When I'm ready, I'm going to switch my hip. I'm going to keep my elbow tracing that arm back and come and gather that overhook, okay? My position with my ribs right here is super important. I'm right rib to rib on those floating ribs. I don't want to be higher. I don't want to be lower. My underhook and my overhook are pulling her into me. It's my back that's doing the work right there. I keep that rib connection. If you want to get a little heavier, use your basing feet and kind of just pick your hip up. Mash into there. But make sure that you're not getting direction going across. We want to hug down and melt into our partner from this position. When I transition back into my side control, my bottom foot is going to come and sprawl back out, and very first thing is my knee. We do not come here because I lose control of the arm. Bring that knee in first, then we can slide back into that cross face, and as I cross face, my other knee will come back into the hip. So we're going to sprawl, push that hip in, get that good switch, and then when you're ready, come back in knee first and cross face, okay? Does that make sense, guys? Okay, if she has that frame for my upper belt, all we got to do is sprawl and find the point of that elbow. And you see how I'm dropping my hip into her arm right there? Then I can lift it up into that good switch. Bring it back, come just back to that cross face, okay? All right, let's try it. 1, 2. Thank you. Good. So right here, let's fix this arm. Let's bring it here. That way you have it trapped behind your overhook. You go back into that sprawl, and bring the knee in, yes, and then we go cross face underneath, yeah. I'll kind of do this cross face at the exact same time as this side knee is sucking back into that hip. Yes, and then go back to that judo side for me. You're doing good at trapping with the elbow, but let this hand slide back and catch a good C grip right here. That way we can use this elbow to trap that upper arm too. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And then to go back into side control, you'll just cross face and then bring your other knee into the hip. Yes. You gonna try from the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, start in side control. Good. And then as you sprawl, okay, I want this hip to be pushing his arm up here, okay? So kind of sprawl out, and then you're going to end up like cocking your hip to push. Yeah, there you go. But don't rotate so far that your hip touches. I want you on your toes, kind of like you're doing a plank. There you go, that's better. Now you feel how you have this arm trapped better? Okay, good. And then when you're ready, I want you to rotate into your judo side and let this arm trace down his arm at the same time. There you go, very good, okay? That's good. Yep. Good. Yes. Good, good. Yes.
They're like really like driving their elbows in and keeping tight. Are you still able to lift that up?
From where at? Show me real quick.
From going into that judo side, they're like really, I don't really know what to call it, but just keeping those elbows tight and on top of that elbow.
So I'm not going to sink down to where I can't grab that hand, okay? So he has this frame in. I want to drop it just to where I can find it in that elbow, okay? Because I'm wanting to kind of pin it there. I don't want him to be able to progress and start trying to ghost escape. So I want to drop so I can grab the point of that elbow, and then we're wedging it up. And we use this knee as we switch our hip to help bring that elbow up underneath.
So you're kind of like sitting on the elbow, pinning it down.
Yeah,
and then
yeah, because I don't want him to keep progressing with that arm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. And then right here in that judo side, keep this overhook right here, okay? And then let this foot kind of just base, like rotate your knee up a little bit. There we go, good. Okay, and then you can kind of ride out the position here, and then when you're ready to go, keep this overhook, go back into your sprawl position, and bring this knee next to the shoulder first. Good, now you can cross face and bring the other knee in next to the hip. Yes. Yeah. Okay, guys, let's circle up. That looks really good. Does anybody have any questions over that? No? Pretty good? Does everybody feel like their partner's being good and heavy in that position? They're not allowing any space to be created. Yeah? Okay, Miss Rebecca, where'd she go? There she is. Okay, same thing, kind of face your head that way a little bit. All right, so now we're going to do the same repetition, okay? But now we're gonna change up our side control that we're replacing. I'm gonna bring my arm not into a crossface, but over the neck into kind of like a four corners hold down, okay? So we're gonna be here, we do that sprawl, I'm gonna gather, and we come into the judo side. I sprawl again, I bring that knee in, and now my arm's coming over, and as I suck my other knee in, I'm gonna pull my elbow to my knee, and see how I'm able to shelf her head and arm right here? This is, once again, a good control point, okay? If your partner's being a little squirrely, you can kind of cook them here for a second. When I'm ready, we're going to sprawl the hip side leg out, and you can do this without having to do this detail. There's a lot of people that'll just feed this arm under. The reason that I do it is because it allows you to lift your elbow and keep more control of their head and arm. I'm gonna sprawl this out, and you see how I can drop my hip and lift her head with my elbow staying tight? Now look, I don't even have to take my elbow off her head as that hand fishes under really, really nicely. If I move my hip, you see how I'm grabbing in her armpit like palm up, right where her shoulder blade is? That's the grip that I want you to have underneath that hip. Okay, so once we fish that hand under, I'm gonna do my sprawl once again like I did before and push that hip into her armpit to keep that all trapped. My underhook is going to come all the way across to the far hip, and now I'm not going to rotate one side or the other with my body. I want to come flat. You see how my hips are flat, my chest is flat? I'm gonna put my forehead by my fingertips where I'm grabbing her armpit, and so I have to use this hand on the hip and push up towards her hip. We're gonna do a north-south arm in choke right there, okay? So we come here to that side control, just practice that little technique of gathering your arm for that judo side. Arm comes over, shelf. I'm gonna sprawl the hip side leg out, cock that elbow up, feed that hand under and go palm up into that armpit. Sprawl again and push that hip into her arm. Bring the other hand over to the hip, start to go flat, push your forehead by her fingertips, okay? This one will come on really fast, so just kind of be ready for it. Okay? Okay. Do we need to see one more time or we got it? One more time? Okay. We start in our side control. I sprawl, I push that hip for really good control. We get that switch going so I can gather the arm, bring that knee in, bring the elbow over and shelf. From here, sprawl that hip side leg out, lift the elbow and pummel that hand underneath, going palm up in her shoulder blade. Sprawl again, pushing that hip into that shoulder, pummel the hand over. We're going flat and pushing up towards her hip. Yeah? All right, let's try. 1, 2. And then sprawl the hip side leg. Very good. Okay, try not to pick up quite so big when you do that right there. Yeah, we want to stay low and heavy. Hand comes over. Good. Good. Yes, nice. Do what? Thank you. Personally, I think the arm in north-south choke is just easier and has a higher success rate than the no arm north-south choke, but it's up to you, okay? But I just think this one's a little more brutal. Yeah, and also if they do get that hand out, a lot of times we can still work to try and get to that no arm north-south. Good, and push and put your forehead by your fingertips. There you go. Okay, so you got your grip set right here. Okay, so have this leg sprawled out just like you did. Okay, this hand is gonna come to the far hip. And now I want you to sprawl this leg and push your hip into where you feel my fingers wiggling. Yeah, you feel how you have all this controlled now? Okay, so now I want you to put your forehead on this side by your fingertips and her shoulder. Yeah, now push yourself up that way. Yep, keep going. Go a little further, squeeze everything in, that's it.
Okay. That's a tight one.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Do you connect your hands? I didn't
I
see
don't.
That. You just keep, yeah.
I just keep I base on the hip and I push, yeah.
That's what I thought.
I don't connect my hands even when I do arm triangles like pillow chokes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I base so I can push because I'm smaller. Sometimes I feel like right here, I just not enough.
I haven't tried that. I do one-handed with the regular north-south. So that's what I thought you were doing. Pretty cool.
Let me see you set it up. Uh-huh. And then right here, go over. And then, oh, pause. Let's just do a little extra detail. I want you to shelf, because right here you can hold her, okay? So this is a control point that you can stop at if you need to. Now you can sprawl this hip or this leg out. Yeah, and let this hip drop, okay? You're picking yourself up on your knees. I want you to drop your hip, and you see how I come down like that? I stay nice and low. Yeah, there we go, good, okay? Now walk a little bit more in line with her, put this forehead on the mat by her armpit where your fingertips are, and then stay flat. Forehead down, and now push on her hip, tap. Tap, 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 tap.
I saw you. I saw you told me like.
No, that was her. Yeah, but that was good, yes.
I saw she like go flower.
Good. If you need to, straighten this leg out, put your forehead down on the mat, and now I want you to push yourself that direction towards his head. Yeah, now squeeze everything in. That's it. Yeah, it's just dropping yourself and pushing up towards his head.
Do you find yourself like walking back slowly, or is it just like a smooth?
It's pretty smooth. Yeah, it's rare that I'll have to kind of like wiggle. I mean, unless I have somebody that's got a very long torso and I run out of room, but then I'll move my hand from the hip, and I do it quick so they can't really get away, but I'll come and base by my shoulder and push back even further.
Okay.
So. Oops, sorry. Good. And then put your forehead on the mat by your fingertips. Yeah, there you go. He tapped.
That's so cool. I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah, I'm glad.
seen an arm in
I'm glad I was able to show you something different.
Yeah, super cool.
Yes. Yeah. Ooh, don't bring this arm over just yet. Keep the underhook, and then you can sprawl your leg and then fish that under. Yeah. Drop your head, put your head by your fingertips, that way all of this settles. Tap. Yeah. Well, one of the common mistakes is people will keep their head up, and that keeps your weight lifted up off of your partner. Put your forehead, try and touch it to where your fingertips are grabbing in his armpit.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And you don't even bring that other hand in, right?
I don't connect it.
Turn that shoulder in and put the head down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
I got this part, so sprawl, grab the arm, here,
Good.
bring the knee in,
Uh-huh.
and then here.
And then elbow over. And then I want you to shelf, drop your butt to your heels a little more to settle your weight. That's it. See how now his head wants to pick up on your thigh? That's that shelf that I'm talking about, okay? And now I want this leg to sprawl out. That's gonna, and drop your hip too. There we go. Now you can lift this elbow a little and you can fish this hand under to his armpit easier. So fish it under to this side, like under there. Yeah, that's better, okay? So now grab his armpit right there. I want this hand to come over to the hip, and now feel my fingers in your hip. I want you to push your hip into my fingers as you sprawl this leg out. Yes, there you go. And drop that belly. There you go. That's it. Now put your forehead by your fingertips over on this side. Yes, and walk your feet. Still stay flat. Okay. Yep, there we go. And then just walk your body into a little bit more. You're putting your head on the belly. Put it next to your fingers. Yeah, that's better. And then don't cock yourself. I want you to stay flat. There we go. Now back up towards his head. Keep sliding. Slide back this way. Good. Keep your head down. Good. Okay. That's good. You have your hip right here. You need to come into alignment with him. So like a straight line to walk. And see how you're picking your hips up? That's making you lose the arm right here. Okay? So yeah, keep down. And now put your forehead by these fingertips here on the mat. Yes, now walk your feet towards the window. Okay, good. Okay, try it over there. You're scared to walk into the window and you keep like, you're in like a C shape with your body. I want you very straight. So in the end, I'm just gonna skip all the steps, but right here, you're trying to kind of like turn yourself a little bit, or you're trying to be out at this angle and your head is up. Put your forehead here, and you see how I get in a straight line with him with my body. Does that make sense? Okay, try like one more time. Okay, guys, let's finish the one that we're on because I have one more piece that I want to add on to this. Good. Good, good. Okay, does anybody have questions over that? No? Okay, cool. Like it. All right, so this next one, okay, this one is meant to be really nice and smooth and caught in the transition of getting into our mount position so that we could still progress our good positions, okay? So everything is still the same in the beginning. Bam, we hit that judo side. I'm still bringing the elbow over and I'm gonna shelf. But now I'm gonna switch my hip and we're gonna go into our reverse kesa. I still need to use my hip to pressure into her arm to keep that gathered. And then when I switch, you see how I'm hugging this underhook right here. I'll show both ways of if she has this arm behind me or in front of my face, okay? But we're gonna be right here. I'm gonna take this leg over and I'm gonna slide it over into my mount. Now, the important thing, let's rotate for the camera this way. The important thing is this hand. All right? It has to pivot on the point of my elbow. My hand can't stay here as I transition because now I'm gonna be stuck and I'm gonna lose the grip. I need to let this hand pivot and I shrug that hand up so I can catch. Set your opposite leg hook and then we're gonna do a side crunch and we're gonna hit that Americana right there. Okay, so it's really nice and smooth in the transition. Oh no, I lost my microphone. There we go, okay? If she has this arm framed, okay, totally fine. It actually makes it a little bit easier. Now I'm just hugging that elbow. I slide over and I pummel, palm facing me next to my neck, catch the wrist, and then we do that same oblique crunch with my opposite hook. So we're here in side control. All of y'all are looking really good on this little transition. Arm over, still shelving. Now, drop that hip, and I'm kind of like laying on her head whenever I transition back right here. Use your base foot, shrug that arm over, catch it. If she's framing right here, slide it over, pummel the hand, set that opposite hook, side crunch. Make sense? One more time or we got it? One more time? Okay. Shrug, and we catch. Bam. Or she has it framed. Pummel it. Okay? All right, let's try. 1, 2. If she has that knee up, we're gonna have to try and battle past it because she's like blocking that gateway, okay? So I'm kind of looking for her to have that opening, the legs down. I can come in and start to frame and be in my like traditional kesa. I just kind of need to be careful if I'm not controlling that arm. Okay. But really, if you just lay back into their face, they'll give you an opening at some point. Gotcha. They don't like this.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. There we go.
That brought me back. That's old school.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I haven't seen that forever.
And then I want this to be raising and controlling so you can kind of like lay back into his face with that weight. And then that's gonna open this up. Good, and since he has that frame, this hand is just gonna pummel for the wrist. And then this hand pummels under. Yep, there we go. Get that opposite leg hook from the other side, not from the inside, from the outside. There we go. And then I want a good side crunch as you pull this elbow down and lift. Yeah.
I don't think you have to go all the way there. I think she's just going and now laying.
Yeah. And then this hand, its job is going to be to like gather. Okay. Yeah. Yes. That's it. Yes.
Can you show them like where you kind of like grapevine the leg and do that crunch?
Yeah. So bam. We get to like right here. I'm just gonna slide over. I shrug that up. Right here, I'm grabbing the wrist and I'm setting that opposite foot at the same time. Yeah. And then we're able to come in and come down.
Like he wasn't doing it, so he's having a harder time trying to crunch. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta put. But then you walked over, I was like, oh, she can show.
Yeah.
It's her class.
Yeah, it's just, it's two motions at once. I'm attacking that hand, but I'm also setting this
I
opposite
love
hook.
that. It's like offsetting the body.
Gather this arm. Yeah, there you go.
This is drop properly?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then as I bring this here.
Uh-huh. And let this hand pivot as you drive that knee over. Okay, so that's not bad. Okay, you're just kind of changing the grip. You're using the grip to push. Okay, let me watch me do it real quick. Okay, so we get to here. See how I'm gathering? Yeah, I'm kind of just like blading into here. I'm not even necessarily grabbing. I'm just hugging, and then we can let this hand pivot. Yeah, and I shrug the shoulder to bring it up high, and then we're able to catch it. Yes.
For the queso.
Yeah,
for taking
yeah.
up all your
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, so we got to the four corners hold down with that head shelf. I'm gonna take my head side leg, I'm gonna sprawl it out and push that hip into his armpit, and then I switch and I bring it into that knee. Okay?
How the arm she has the arm, like pull the arm back there. Right.
And I'm pulling with this right here so that I can bind him up, and I'm laying my weight like back into his face. If he's trying to like chase me, I can kind of move and like readjust my base. But then as I'm ready, we bring it over and we're able to catch.
It's like perfect. The last two questions, she's not right there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so either way, you're kind of grabbing it, either letting your
Huh?
here, or just kind of tucking it down. Here.
So see how this hand got stuck?
Yep.
As this knee's sliding across the belly to come across, it's gonna have to pivot. So your weight goes through your
Okay.
elbow so you can move your hand.
Like that.
Yeah, and that way it's ready right here to catch the wrist
Okay.
from the top side.
From the top.
Uh-huh, and this hand can pummel underneath. There we
Okay.
go. Yeah.
And then I'm.
Uh-huh. We pull down, yes, and we lift the elbow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. That wasn't bad right there. This arm, let it pivot on that elbow a little more because you were kind of like having to pummel real stationary with the hands, and it can be smoother. So rewind to your quesa, your reverse quesa.
Should I go all the way back?
Yeah, just go all the way back to reverse quesa. Not judo side, switch it the other way. This elbow's already over. There we go, your hip is dropped. Left knee is in the hip. Yeah, this hand, we're hugging the arm, okay? So now let this knee slide over. This hand, you're gonna have to let it pivot. See how it'll move on your elbow? It's at the same time. Slide this knee over, let this hand come up. There you go, start to shrug up, and now you can come up and grab that wrist easier. Yeah, and then we rotate this one down. And then keep everything pulled in so it has a good bend in this elbow. We don't want a straight arm bar. Yeah, pull it down. Good. Okay, guys, go ahead, finish the one that you're on, and then let's go ahead and circle up. Okay, do we have any questions over any of that? No? The transitions are looking really good. Really think about when you're practicing this to emphasize placing that hip in the armpit and finding that connection. It's such an important little detail. Being able to like pivot on that elbow for that Americana, and then also really get secure in kind of that four corners hold down, because when we have that head and arm shelved in our lap, we have a lot of stuff that we can go for right there. It's a lot of good control, okay? Does anybody need to see anything again? Have any questions? Any details we need to clarify?
I do. The one part, like what you're saying, is what I had the most trouble with. So the second one, where we're trying to really trap their arm against their neck here.
For the north-south choke?
Kind of like slipping up here. I wasn't able to really make sure with my body.
Okay, Miss Rebecca?
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. And you are talking about north-south choke, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we get her shelved. Whenever I drop, you see how I'm really like wide and directional with that hip? I'm wanting to like cut that hip down into her armpit so that there's not very much space that she can swim that arm back. I'm a little more behind it. Sorry. Oh yeah, we're turning like north-south for that choke. So yeah, I'm already kind of moving into that direction because I know I need to come here and get in line. So use that hip to start to adjust your entire body angle versus just kind of using your lower half to push.
Yeah, I think that was what I was missing.
Okay. Anybody else have a question? Yes.
What happens if they block your head and you can't get it to the other side?
For north-south choke?
Yeah, north-south.
Okay. So you're saying that whenever I'm coming over here?
Yeah, instead of like cross face, if she keeps it the way you had it before on the other side of her face. Yeah, and blocks
There?
her head from going to the other side.
Blocks her head how?
Your head.
Like she's just gonna frame on my head?
And keep it from crossing her body.
From north-south or like? Show me what you're talking about right quick. Like, who's doing what? I want to know exactly what it is your question is. Show me.
If you're going into the north-south and this arm is blocking my head from crossing her body, I'm trying to sit out this way.
Okay, so right here, where you're coming to grab that hip,
Yep.
drop your hip into her armpit like you were, and now just take this hand and I want you to just push
Just
it.
push it
Yeah,
off?
just move it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have control over her right here, so I have a second to like use that hand and just move it to the other side. Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything complicated.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else, guys?
All right, let's hear it for Destiny.
Thanks.
All right, would you stay with me and we'll talk? Okay. All right, now comes the Q&A portion. First of all, phenomenal. I think
Thanks.
I, for one, am going to have to just rewatch that and figure that all out, and morning boys will get to work. I'm glad everybody knows that except for Ken, because I didn't need him to have any more tools than side control. So thank you so much for coming in. We wanted to know a little about you. So can you tell us, how long have you been training martial arts for?
I have been training jiu-jitsu since April of 2010.
Okay, so quick
So
math,
15
15
years. Yeah,
Wow,
15 and a
phenomenal.
half.
All within like 10th Planet, or did you train at a bunch of different places?
No. So I actually started training whenever I was in college at Cowboy Capital MMA under Les Mayo. Kind of a weird looking dude, looks like an aardvark if y'all ever met him. Yeah, so I started training there, just kind of stumbled into it and stuff. And then when I left college, I graduated, I came down here to Austin. I started training at Cooper MMA, and then I moved to 10th Planet Austin in February of 2018.
Okay, excellent. A lot of us try to do this every day or as much as we can, always looking for some inspo. Like, what keeps you coming back and doing it all the time?
I mean, it's honestly just something that, like, it helped me so much process a lot of, like, anger and trauma, and it gave me a lot of emotional growth, and it also just gave me an outlet for things. And then I just kept training. It kept me motivated. I was never somebody that was really into sports or anything like that. In high school, I did dance, and that was about it. But I loved karate as a kid, and so it kind of just brought like that love back. And I didn't get to like finish karate. I didn't get to go all the way to like black belt and stuff. So I don't know. I've always really loved like the physical aspect of it. I love the mental challenge. I love the emotional challenge, the physical challenge. It's just such an amazing sport that helps with so many different things for people.
Phenomenal. All right, here's the fun one for you.
Okay.
If you could fight anybody you want, living, historical, fictional, who are you fighting and what submission are you hitting?
Oh, dude, I think it would just be phenomenal to get fucking judo throwed by Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
Like, I would love that. Like, just throw me. Let's
So
go.
in
Just
your
say I did
fantasy,
it
you're
one
losing,
time and
right?
I lived.
Okay, cool, interesting. Interesting. All right, but you're gonna lose that one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
okay
It's
with
not
that.
about winning.
I'm just checking.
Like, it's about the experience.
I thought you were gonna go like she throws me, but then I hit something crazy.
No,
Okay.
no. I'm here for the journey, not the
Sick.
destination.
Sick. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for being here. Just for everybody, again, reminder, if you're under 21, you know what to do. If you're over 21, you also know what to do. Let's do a quick pick. I need you real quick while I'm setting up the camera to check who the guest is next week because I'm torn between two people and I have to say it in a minute. So check for me, please. Is that it? Did I miss anything? That's it? Okay, come back, see us next week. Let's get a quick pick. Let's get one more hand for Destiney. All right. If you're watching YouTube, you're missing out on Cosmic Rolling. Get here next week.